The Brazilian national team has announced that Dani Alves won't make it to the 2018 Russia World Cup. This is why in this video we'll bring you 4 different options that Chichi could use to try and replace the Brazilian for this next World Cup.
Look how far we come now, now. There's beauty in the unity we found.
What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here and welcome back to another video here on this channel. Just like always, please remember that our mission here is to bring your worldwide community for football fans to engage in without that unbiased bullcrap that we see on stuff like ESPN FC. We do this by bringing you a variety of content all the way from FIFA realistic career modes, match reactions, news updates videos just like this one, and from this month onwards we're bringing you full coverage of the 2018 World Cup. So if you like what you hear and you want more, please remember that one subscribe is one step closer to ending their careers. So like I already mentioned, this video is going to be all about the 4 different players that can replace Dani Alves in the World Cup this June. I gotta say that to start off, I'm gonna bring on an honorable mention, and that guy is Bernardo, all the way from RB Leipzig. I think this guy has been enjoying a very good campaign with Leipzig the last 2 seasons. He's able to play as a left back and a right back, 22 years old, and he's quite versatile. He's good going forward and also very good defending, similar to Dani Alves in that sense, but obviously he's miles behind the quality of somebody like Dani Alves, even though I think Dani Alves has slowly decreased in the last few seasons in PSG and also Juventus, although in Juventus he actually played very nicely for the final third of that season. So Bernal is just an honorable mention, but we're gonna start off by saying that the most realistic player that could replace Dani Alves in the World Cup this June is actually Danilo from Manchester City. I think that Danilo is in good physical form. He has been playing for Manchester City lately. He has been playing left back, right back as well, even sometimes CDM and CM. I gotta say that Danilo, although he hasn't played in a very long time with the Brazilian national team, I think that he's a very good player that could come into that position. He's good going forward and give something in attack in that formation, which is very attack heavy, especially when you have people like Willian and even Coutinho for that right hand side who need a little bit more defensive output and a little bit of support when overlapping. So I think that in this case Danilo could be a very good option. Most of all, I gotta say that his physicality makes him a very good thing, because although Brazil doesn't have too many physical presence in the defense, Danilo could add a lot to that sense. So I think that Danilo could be an option in that, and probably is the most realistic and should be the guy to replace Dani Alves because of all the other qualities. I think he's the most suited to that position, although he's not the guy with more quality, because that's gonna be coming up later on. I gotta say that Chichi's option is mostly going to be Fagner from Corinthians. He's this guy right here, and he has been playing for Brazilian national team in qualifications, just 1 match. However, he has been called up many times by Chichi in the long run. I think he's actually his most preferred person for that role. But for instance, for me and other people watching this video, we may not know about Fagner so much, so it doesn't fill us with confidence that he's an actually very good player to replace him, especially if he's still playing at a league like Brazil. And I'm not saying that Brazilian league is bad by any means, but I mean, if you have to take between, for instance, Danilo and Fagner, people like us will most likely take on Danilo because he has been playing in Manchester City and has a little more overall status, not better quality but status, than somebody like Fagner. So even though Danilo I think is the most realistic option, I think Chichi is gonna go mostly with Fagner, who is also a very decent player in his own sense. Moving on to the next player, this guy I think is going to be the wild card, and I'm saying wild card because it's just complete crazy if he actually ends up in this position, because I just don't think he's good enough actually to be playing in this overall quality, in this status of a tournament, and that is Rafinha from Bayern Munich. I gotta say that Rafinha certainly has been enjoying a little more game time this season from the last previous ones, even though he's now I think 31 years old, even 29, I don't know exactly his age, he may be around that range. But he has been playing 26 matches for Bayern Munich, so it's a little bit more than what he's used to. And that's actually a very good news for him if he wants to be the new right back for Brazil in this June. However, I gotta say that I just don't think his quality is out there. We see him made so many mistakes, for instance against Real Madrid, time and time again. And perhaps even though he has that ability of just being such a collective person that doesn't take the spotlight and just wants to contribute for his team because he's humble in the way he plays, I just think there are better options out there, like I already said, Danilo and Fagner. However, finally, I'm gonna give you the dream. This is like the most outside candidate to take on the role of Dani Alves, and that guy is Alexandro. I think that Alexandro is a very, very good player, very versatile player. I think that Alexandro could do a very good job in the right back position if taken care of, but he will need some preparation if he actually wants to take that role. I'm thinking that Alexandro is probably one of the best quality left backs out there in the world, and he certainly has the quality of like a really, really elite left back. So having that quality already to try and transition him into a right back position could be a tough job, but not one that is impossible. That's why I'm thinking that Alexandro could be an option, could be the outside shout for him taking on the right back position. But I'm certainly not Chichi, I'm not a manager or whatever, so I don't know exactly how will he transition into a new position, which, to be honest, I've been trying to research and I haven't seen too much of him playing in a right back ever in his career, all the way from Porto and this time Juventus. So I'm not too sure what's going on with him, but he could be a good option in my book. Now guys, I want to ask you, who do you think, in your opinion, is going to take Dani Alves' role in the right back position? Who do you think is the main candidate to replace Dani Alves in this World Cup? Certainly, it's really, really unnerving because Dani Alves is probably the best right back Brazil has had in a very, very, very long time, and probably ever. And this guy is so hard to replace. Even though he's now ending his career, he's like on the slower peak coming down. There are not too many good Brazilian right backs out there. And that really, 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 really worries me. Doesn't fill me with confidence, because in center backs they have a huge amount of center backs. Left back they have a lot as well. CDM they have Casemiro, Fernandinho. Like, what else do you want? You have in CM, you have many other different options. Up top, don't even make me speaking up top. But in the right back position, just that little position, they don't have any. They really do not have too much to replace Dani Alves with. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see who Chichi actually goes for. And I think that probably on Monday or next week, we will know who it's going to be. And probably I will make a video on that, analyzing and thinking if that's the best option. So now guys, like I said, I want to ask you, who do you think is going to take Dani Alves' position? Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Please remember to drop us a like and to leave us a subscribe. Turn on the bell notification icon and follow us on all other social media to keep up to date. You get the deal, you know the drill. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.